Welcome, y'all, to another Ma Harriet. I am so. Oh, I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. Oh, I tricked myself. Wow, I did it right, and then I tricked myself. But hello. Welcome back to another Sunday. I appreciate the birthday wishes. I'm glad y'all got on. I realized like 5 minutes before it had like reached its end, you can only set them for like a recurring meeting for like 60 in a row, which is nice. That means we've met for over a year, so many times. So I extended it through next year, so now we should have the same link as always. No need to re-register. But I'm glad to be sitting with y'all today, day before my birthday, um, and really like uh, thinking about that second song, like that hold on. How do we keep holding on? Let me turn my phone on Do Not Disturb, just as I see somebody calling me and about to make this Zoom go cuckoo crazy. Ooh, I love the Capricorn energy as well. Very grounded. That's how I'm feeling, at least within this all. But I am from Santa Ana, near LA. And, that's where grew up, was born and raised. I moved out to Chicago like 7 years ago, 7.5 now. And I have been just so full of grief, like at Altadena burning down, at my friends' like grandma's houses burning down, my friends like, the high school that they went to and now work at burning down, everything. Fire is so intense and things happen in an instant. And so like sitting with that, how do I hold on energy this week while I was maybe yesterday or the day before, I had like a moment of like feeling like I was praying and being like, I hope these fires like end. I hope the like heat conditions change. I hope the wind dies down. And I think those are all very worthy prayers. And but like through that vehicle of like praying for things I have no control over, I started thinking like, okay, what can I pray for as well that I like is actionable, as like how do I dig into actionable prayers as much as I do aspirational ones? How do I put the dreaming, into my body too, basically? And so I was thinking of like, how do I be deliberate about that with like how I'm talking to myself? What do I want? What am I really hoping for on the like human level as well? And that turned into like, I hope people can come together. I hope and pray that people find a way to listen to like the indigenous land stewards on how to deal with this. I hope that folks draw on their communities in order to move through this and to rebuild. Like it started turning into things where I was like, okay, like the things I'm wishing for about these people, like, oh, I'm the people. Like, I hope that I start learning how to help in different ways, like it can turn into less of a reaching for me of like things that feel out of my control and like we're never gonna really I won't speak to, maybe you can control the weather, but I personally do not believe I have the facilities or spellcraft to control the weather. And so while I like hope and pray for elemental conditions to align with our safety and hope for us to learn how to work with present conditions as they emerge, I also am like grounding in what I can do. How do I hold on? What do I tune into in this time where, we were already in crisis? There's already polycrisis across the globe. Climate change has already been showing us the consequences of our actions. And how do we tune in a way that does not, that like allows us to fall apart as we need to, grieve as we need to, but doesn't like obliterate us, right? That keeps us rooted in, okay, yes, and there is this grief and there is this deep knowing of how to connect and care for each other. How do we tune into both of those things so that we're not stagnant, we're not lost, but we are moving together, right? We don't, there are like ways for, these have been ways for me to ground my prayers almost so that I remember that I can act, that I have agency. And thinking of like Ma Harriet, someone who's so deeply religious and like relied on her God and her prayers, but never at the expense of doing anything. Like she was doing something to make those prayers come true, even if she thought, this was a blessing from God. Like her actions said, this is in my hands as well, right? And how do we like hold that on? I think that's this practice helps me hold that on, helps me, take up space in that agency and that releasing of or into interconnectedness, not just me, but how can we get this? How do we hold it? Thinking of, Capricorn season, thinking of my birthday tomorrow, I think of like, being a Capricorn, even it's being ruled by Saturn. It's kind of like being ruled by consequences. Some people even say ending up a Capricorn in this lifetime is a consequence of previous lifetimes. And I am inclined to believe that with the way my life has turned out, but regardless, um, not in a purely negative way. I'm kind of joking. Like, yes, it is being ruled by consequence, but is it just, it's like being faced with the reality of like, these ripples will not be subtle, right? These ripples, this action will show you again and again until you look at it and learn from it the lesson that you're, avoiding. Globally, we are going to be keep, we are keep, we are going to be shown over and over again in increasingly dramatic and intense ways what being unaligned results in. And so we have the choice to move towards alignment together, to move towards some sort of deeper listening, you know, to understand and slow down and remember the earth in us. Know that the wildfires are the same as like the achy hip telling you that your joint needs tending, right? That's the same electric response, right? Not saying fire is electric, just metaphorically, but like saying that's that same heat. That's that same pain being information about where we should direct our care. And so yeah, I'm holding everybody in Southern California and beyond deeply in our practice today and hoping we can ground into what we can do in this moment to take care of what we need to take care of. We don't have to solve climate change. Instead, just resting and easing into the opportunity to notice, part of being a conductor on the Underground Railroad is what skills do I have? How can I bring what I have to the table? How can I believe in myself to know that there's always something that I can bring? And how can I like build the confidence to learn more skills, to see wildfires becoming an increasing frequency event around me and take that as an opportunity to listen to like the elders around me to learn about, how do I align with plant medicine to help my respiratory system. Little things like that can be ways into learning, to remembering, to coming back into conversation with the earth, deep conversation, not just letting it yell at us and then, kind of cowering and not hearing it and dissociating. And then, we're in kind of like a toxic cycle right now. You have to get back or get forward, or get wherever direction, multiple directions to that conversation, being two ways, being fluid, getting deeper. So that's the kind of Capricorn Earth energy I offer for this session. And I think Ma Harriet always offers just that deep, do I know myself? Do I know what these hands can do? And do I test that out and play with it so that they can do more? Like at its simplest root, that is us exploring how to get. So we'll open up just with our mantra today of Om Ma Harriet Soha. Really calling in that wisdom. So as you get into your seat, perhaps you just take a breath or two. Taking a moment to arrive. Noticing if your posture feels sustainable, if you need to shift. We call in the ancestors around us. We call in Ma Harriet. We call in the earth guides and plant ancestors to arrive with us today. We call in their lessons, their comfort, and their protection to help us hold on. Om Ma Harriet Soha. 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 Take a deep breath in. Let it all out. And after this first round of mantra, we take a moment to allow our guides, our protectors, Ma Harriet, ourselves to arrive. And in this intention of holding on, we move into our root breathing practice of Okinaga, slowly just stretching the breath. We'll breathe in and out with the drum, in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, just allowing the breath to trickle in the back of the nostrils, almost as if just the wind is carrying that breath into the body. And then as we push it all out, the breath just floats out the back of the throat, again like wind, seeping out the body. Follow along if it feels good, taking reset breaths if you need to, doing whatever you need to. The intention here of just slowing down, listening deeper, arriving more fully in our spaciousness, exploring what it feels like to hold on. Cleansing breath, inhale, let it all go. In, out. Slow, steady in. Relax the body around the full breath. Slow, steady out. Trusting that inhale will come. breath return to normal. Just taking a second to check in. Are you here right now? What do you need? What is arising? How can we make space for it all? And so we'll move back into our mantra for a minute, few moments here. Really trying to ground in to our experience. Inviting the grounding of the winter, the death even around us. Inviting that energy of listening deeply and caring with abandon. Om Harriet Soha. 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 We imagine the physical vibrations of our mantra offering continuing to flow out from us, to seep into the earth, to travel all the way to those in the fires, those in genocides, those in need. We offer to ourselves that we may discover the agency we have to act collectively. We just take a few breaths here. We'll move through our communal prayers together, which I'll put in the chat. Really imagining speaking these prayers directly to all those in need. Imagining Ma Harriet, speaking these prayers gently to us, letting us all really just bathe in this communal yearning that leads to action. May all beings be free. May those suffering experience liberation. May we hold each other through revolution. May we abolish everything that is not love. May we rebirth a free world. Ashe, Svaha, so be it. And as we cast these prayers out into the world, take a moment to move into our spiritual, kind of like, I've been thinking of the word consecration today. Like, baptism by fire, all of these types of like anointing, all of these intense finality feeling acts that really are beginnings, right? Even the devastation of a fire. The fire is the beginning of the devastation, really, right? It's what's after. It's like, where do I go? How do I rebuild? Reckoning with the grief of loss. The fire itself is like a momentary or, short-term thing. And the effects are much longer. And so thinking of my prayers, like that, saying it being the short-term act that I have, right? I can dive into the act of saying them, how that feels. Then the consecration is that longer act, the returning to it and making sure I'm doing things to make sure it comes true. That's the kind of fruition period, or the period that comes before fruition, maybe, if we are just exploring these like weird overlapping timelines. And so for me, spirituals in this practice feel like a consecration act. It comes right before the end, and it's like that thing that can keep carrying, right? I find spirituals, especially the short melodies and mantras, chanting, they'll come back to you. You'll find yourself humming them later during the day, right? They carry with you, and they serve as like something that lives in your body to remind you, oh yeah, I was singing that for a reason. I was singing that to get free. Can I try to bring that into this moment, whatever that means? Whether that's work, whether that's joy, it can look anyway. So today we will sing the ancestor song as a aspiration, as a vow, as an act of consecration that I am listening. For me, this is my intent that you can pick up or expand upon. I am listening to my ancestors. I am hearing the call, and I am responding. I am noticing the opportunities to wake up that I can, and I am taking them. I am singing out to those who need to know they are seen. I am hearing them. In the Alabama Shake song, she's saying, you gotta hold on. There must be something up above telling me, you gotta hold on. How do I connect with that engine in me, that conductor in me, to really know what that even looks like for me in this moment, for my communities? How can we pray, act, move, love towards each other through listening and understanding, so that it is grounded and wise, in that Buddhistic way. Wise as in, I don't just want to help you and so I'm flailing to try, but I want to help you and so I'm trying to understand what you need. I'm trying to understand what I need so I can even conceive of what you need. That kind of deep relationship. We sing for that kind of clarity. So today we'll sing our song, and then we'll have a couple minutes of just bells, and you can let the messages of your specific ancestors arise, without the interference of my voice after that, and then we'll close out together. taking a few breaths, again coming into the seat. Do I feel I'm in a sustainable posture? Do I have what I need? Do I need to shift? I hear the voice of my ancestors calling me. I hear the voice of my ancestors. They say, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling me. I hear the voice of my ancestors. They say, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling me. I hear the voice of my ancestors. They say, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling me. I hear the voice of my ancestors. They say, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling me. I hear the voice of my ancestors. They say, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. I hear the voice of my ancestors calling me. I hear the voice of my ancestors. They say, wake up, child, wake up, listen, 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 listen. Breathe in and out. Take a moment to listen. May this and every breath be for the benefit of all beings. May I come home to myself again and again and again. To remember the space and freedom that was always there. Thank you so much for your practice. I'm gonna end the recording